we're going to kind of combine. First, you get to see our one act that made it all the way to state.
Woohoo!
And yeah, first year for one act, and we made it to state. I will tell you that we have very limited stage space up here, and when we got to our first competition, we could have put about 3 or 4 of our stages in the space we had, so we were immediately trying to fill that up. So we look a little crowded because we had to add a couple of things to fill it up. So that's you have extra doorways that we didn't start out with. But now they're used to using them, so now we have them. After the one act, we're going to have some kids come sing because we have a few kids that are in everything. So we got to have a little costume change time. So this is our one act, The Open Window, and you have
introduction to my aunt from that woman who rented Bellingham Hall summer before last.
My elder sister, the one that got married, works for them. Very nice they were, she said.
What does he look like?
I never met him.
No. The man that brought this letter of introduction.
I thought you meant the man my sister works for. But if it's the person waiting in the hall, he seems nice enough. He looks as if he might be an Oxford man, except for his tie.
Well, I'll try and entertain him for my aunt's present. You best take this letter of introduction to her.
Yes, miss.
But show the young man in first.
Certainly, miss. Mr. Nuttall.
How nice to meet you, Mr. Nuttall. I am Barry Stapleton. My aunt will be in presently. In the meantime, you must try and put up with me.
It is good of you to receive me.
We're delighted to have you call. We don't get very many visitors out here in the country.
My sister recommended Hampton Heath as a wonderful quiet spot. She and her husband had a most enjoyable season here.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Everyone will be delighted to meet you. It's lovely here, but it does get a bit dull sometimes.
Dullness, just what the doctor ordered.
You've been ill?
Oh, yes. That's why I am here.
Was it anything special?
The pressures of the academic life. I was working a little too hard. I'm afraid it was rather abstruse.
What effect did it have?
Well, I became very nervous, easily upset, you know.
And so your doctor recommended Hampton Heath?
Well, not exactly.
But something like it.
Oh, yes, certainly. He suggested I find some quiet rural parts of England where nothing ever happens.
I see. And so your sister immediately thought about us.
Well, not exactly.
But she did suggest you come down here?
Oh, yes, certainly. She spoke with much affection of Hampton Heath as a lovely rural part of England, filled with charming people who are interested in hunting and dogs and horses, things of that sort.
Well, you'll have quiet and a lot of fun too. There's simply no other things to do. Really, there are plenty of ways of entertaining oneself.
Entertaining oneself. Just what the doctor ordered. Bracing strolls through the country air, early to bed, early to rise.
Well, lots of us prefer to hunt instead of just ambling about.
You hunt?
A little. I'm more of a rider, but my mare's in foal. I can't wait to see what sort of colt she has. I'm hoping for a chestnut, as a contessa, my mare. It's more of a bay herself.
It'll be a regular Irish sweepstakes winner, no doubt. Riding isn't for me.
Well, the garden is quite lovely this time of
suppose so, digging into the ground and all that. Oh well, the doctor was right. We get all sorts of peace and quiet here. Though I'd love to see a garden someday. Perhaps we'd best wait until you're on.
Of course.
I suppose there's a village fair that's pretty exciting.
Now you're just making fun of us.
I wouldn't think of it.
There aren't very many village fairs anymore.
I'm just a little bit out of my milieu, you know. Though I did see a pub, so I know I can get a glass of something if it gets cold in the night.
It closed at 10:30.
You can't be serious.
I suppose it does seem impossibly rustic after the excitement of London and the West End.
Well, of course, a little bit of that was involved too.
A little of what?
With so many activities, I'm afraid I got quite overtired.
Theatre, I suppose. The opera. Well, I envy you.
I don't go very often, except to musicals, but we had a regular table at the New Way nightclub.
We?
Just a group of friends.
It must be pretty exciting for a group to go out together like that.
Well, usually it is, unless something unpleasant comes up.
What sort of things?
Just a spot of trouble now and then.
Oh?
Really, nothing much, but sometimes something happens that puts a bit of a damper on things. Like when Cecily Hamilton and Peter Smithers were in an auto accident, and Cecily's husband sued her for divorce. But you have to expect that sort of thing. Though I'm dashed if I can see how Peter could have risked his new Morgan Ford going around the wrong side of a lorry. Perhaps Cecily encouraged him.
Yes. I can see how that all must be very exciting. The Hunt Ball comes up next month. We'll see you don't miss that. Really, it's the most colourful event of the fall.
Well, of course, I don't know how my health will be like by then. One hopes for the best, but
Certainly.
with so many friends and my sisters to call on, I don't want to get too involved with anyone in particular.
I wasn't suggesting anything in particular. I'll be there with Henry Hartford. He's got an Irish Bay hunter.
Will this be your first dance?
No, I've been going for years and years. It certainly was kind of your sister to bring you these letters of introduction. Really, such an opportunity for us all to meet someone from the outside world.
She's always thinking of others. She said people hereabouts did so much for her, she really felt indebted to them. So she gave me several letters and urged me to present them. Really, she's a soul of kindness.
Then, actually, you know practically nothing about my aunt?
Aside from a name and address, nothing. Except that my sister spoke highly of the whole family.
And have she and your sister spoken recently?
She explained they had never corresponded.
It would have been my aunt's fault then, because of the tragedy.
A tragedy? I'm sorry to hear that.
Your sister mentioned it to you, of course.
Never a word.
And it would have been since her time.
I'm terribly sorry to hear this. I doubt my sister would have wanted me to call upon you in a time of difficulty.
No. It happened last year.
I suppose even the quietest of places has their little upsets.
You may wonder why we keep the window open on an October afternoon.
It is rather warm for this time of year.
It's aunt. She insists that it be kept the same way.
What way?
The way it was last year. You see, this is the anniversary.
The anniversary of what?
The tragedy.
I'm terribly sorry to hear this. Perhaps I should go back another time.
No, she would be very disappointed. Please, sit still.
Whatever you say.
Perhaps I'd better prepare you for meeting her.
Please do.
Out. bodies were never recovered. That was the terrible part of it.
I'm terribly sorry to hear this.
Poor aunt always thinks they'll come in through that window just as they used to. That is why it's kept open until it's white dust.
Your poor aunt.
She often told me how they went out. Her husband, Ronnie, was singing Bertie, Bertie, why do you bound? To tease her because it got on her nerves.
A most extraordinary story.
Of course, we try and humor her.
Had she been to London recently? I mean, they do wonderful things nowadays.
Oh no, in every other way she's perfectly all right.
No nervousness or anything?
Not a bit. When she comes in, she'll act perfectly natural. She'll probably even offer you tea.
Are you sure I should stay?
Of course. Auntie would be very disappointed. Besides, it may help her get your mind off of things.
Well, if you think it best.
I do. Unless it makes you nervous.
No, not at all. Glad to do my bit to help.
You'll have no slightest trouble. But if you notice, she'll keep looking out the window.
You don't find it all a bit unnerving?
A little. Quiet evenings like this. I get a creepy feeling they all will come in through that window.
Ah, Mr. Nutten. How nice. I remember your sister and her husband. I hope their husband amusing to you. I am Mrs. Sappleton.
She's been very interesting.
Maria's bringing tea. I do hope you will join me.
I would be delighted to. It is good of you to receive me.
Vera, dear, will you join us?
Thank you, Auntie, but may I be excused a moment to go and fetch my jacket? Really, it's getting quite chilly in here.
I hope you don't mind the open window. My husband and son will be home directly from shooting. They always come in this way. They've been out for snipe in the marshes today, so they'll make a fine mess of my full carpet. So like you men folk, isn't it? Ah, bring the cornflower here, Maria. That's a good girl. It looks simply delicious. Thank you, Mum. Do you like your tea strong?
Very pleased with just a touch of hot water.
Lemon or cream and sugar?
Sugar and cream, please.
So much more comfortable that way.
As a matter of fact, I am here for my health.
This is just the place. We have some of the best hunting in this part of England. Of course, birds have been scarce, but the prospects for ducks this year are excellent. You do hunt?
No, I'm afraid my doctor thinks it'll be too exciting.
Well, if your doctor will let you hunt, perhaps you should find another doctor. Unless there's some physical problem.
Just nerves. After taking a degree at Cambridge, I took the civil service exams. But by the time I was through taking exams to prove I'd be competent, I was so nervous from lack of sleep I couldn't accept the position they offered.
How sad. To miss out.
Oh, I still have the job. Civil service, you know. I'm on an initial leave of absence. It counts against my retirement pay.
Well, I'm sure you'll find it most calming here. Really, very little of anything happens in these parts. Tell me, are your dear sister and her charming husband well? We enjoyed meeting them so much that we were hoping they'd visit again.
They're quite well, thank you.
Really? The evenings come on so fast this time of year. It's getting quite dark.
Yes, quite.
You sure you aren't chilly? The open window doesn't make you nervous?
No, not for myself. Oh my goodness, there they are!
Certainly. Mr. Nuttall, you're pale.
Really, it's nothing, you know.
You should remain calm, Mr. Nuttall. After all, nothing exciting ever happens in the country.
There they are! Oh my goodness!
Here we are, my dears. Welcome to tea.
We had a smashing day, but really didn't get anything.
Who was it that bolted out the door as we came in?
A most extraordinary man. A Mr. Nuttall. He didn't talk much except for his health, and then he bolted out of here quite as if he'd seen a ghost. Most extraordinary.
I expect it was the dog. He has a horror of dogs, especially hunting dogs. He and a friend once hunted to the banks of the Ganges by a pack of pariah dogs, and then had to spend the night in a newly dug grave with creatures.
I don't know.
Woohoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, your all-star cast and honorable mention are on here. Would all of you step forward, which will be every one of you?
Woohoo!
And I want to thank you so much for giving me your children, but I'm ready to give them back to you when they're up for adoption. We had a great time, and we've been a family, and it's a sad night because this is the last night that we're before. I think we're tired.
There they are.
But we're very pleased with ourselves, and we're going to do it again next year.
Yeah! Woohoo!
Make two rows. 2 rows.